Hey, this is Bob, and we're going to do a playthrough of year-end turn 1969 and first turn of 1970 of Save South Vietnam by Fortress Games. We're covering this period because we want a year-end turn where you can see the year-end game phases, and then the first turn of 1970 is interesting because that's the U.S. and ARVN incursion into Cambodia, so you can see how that works in the game. All right, you'll be able to jump ahead to any part of this playthrough by just going down to the narrative below the video and clicking on the event you want to see, and it'll take you right to that event, so you can skip by things you're not interested in. All right, let's start with year-end turn 20, fall, winter, 1969. Start with the U.S. ARVN movement. Interestingly, as you can see, there's not much Viet Cong left because in the beginning of 1969, they launched their Tet Offensive. As you know, historically it was 1968, but in this particular game, they launched it in the beginning of 1969. So I have thoroughly decimated the Viet Cong. We don't have a lot of Viet Cong to take care of, but we have a few, and I'm going to position my forces for the most successful possible incursion into Cambodia. It's a great way to wipe out VC. So in terms of movement, I want more forces this way so that we can go into these portions of Cambodia. So I'm going to move the two independent brigades over to Bien Ho. That gives them range to get into Saigon or elsewhere. I think I'll move the 25th, the 3rd Brigade of the 25th Tropical Lightning Division over to Saigon and get into any of these portions of Vietnam. These guys are good. The Big Red 1 1st Brigade is completely depleted, so he needs to go into the base area. No choice there. I'll take an element there of the 4th Infantry Division, a brigade of the 4th Infantry Division, to take on this Viet Cong here in this area. Normally, I would take this U.S. Line Brigade, their line brigades with the stripes across the top, and I put him into the U.S. Line Brigade recovery area, but I want to keep him here because he's got 2 hits, but I want to keep him here because I want to have every brigade available to go into Cambodia based on what we see at that point. All right, so we've got him taken care of. Here in Quy Nhon, we've got a damaged helicopter. I'm going to pull him back so he can recover. I'll fly another helicopter in there from here in Hue. So I'll fly a helicopter in. That cost me 1 move, or 1 helicopter movement point. That'll be enough to take care of him. Here, I think we're fine with the admittedly a little damaged 5th Brigade of the 1st Marine Division. He'll take on these Viet Cong over here. And here we've got a helicopter that's going to need to recover more. We'll put 2 out there and maybe fly in another one here from Hue where nothing is going on. And let's see if we want to do anything here. I think we'll keep him back here, and we'll move 2 ARVN units into Cam Ranh. Maybe we can get this area closer to pacified. Yeah, I like that. Now that'll pacify. We're going to need some helicopters there because we don't want the ARVN to take losses. Okay, I think that will do it for me. Oh, we've got a fully built ARVN unit. This is a new one, so we'll take him out and we'll move him as well to Bien Ho. Keep things going this way. We've got police being produced in Mekong, Saigon, and Bien Ho, mainly because of our success in the destroying the Viet Cong in the Tet Offensive. All right, that takes care of U.S. ARVN movement. Let's go on to combat. I always take combat 1 province at a time, from west to east. On the map board, it's actually south to north, but on the map board, it's west to east. Nothing's going on in Mekong. Nothing's going on in Saigon. Nothing's going on in Bien Ho. Here we've got a combat against a lone Viet Cong unit. 1 combat factor against 5. We each roll 5s. That will take care of the Viet Cong. And their 5 gives us a hit, which will take on the helicopter. You have to. That's the order of, these are all the same strength, so the first one that has to take a hit is helicopters in the event of a tie. All right, go on to this one. Again, we've got combat. 3 combat factors for us, 1 for the Viet Cong. 6 and 6, so we each get a hit. That takes care of the Viet Cong, and my helicopters take a hit. On to Quang Ngai. 3 combat factors for us, 1 for the Viet Cong. 5 and 5, we each get a hit. That takes out the Viet Cong, and we'll need to put a 2-hit counter in Quang Ngai. So we'll retrieve that. The 5th Brigade with 2 hits. There we go. If he flips over, that's 3 hits, so 2 hits. And then last combat, again 3 and 1. Again 6 and 6. So we took a fair amount of hits there, but that's all right. That took care of the Viet Cong. No combat in Hue, no combat in Quang Tri. Finishes the combat phase. Return air mobility to 7. We did move 2 helicopters. Move that back. All right. On to the next phase, political points. Here we total the political points for each province, and we adjust the political point tracking counter. So here in the Mekong Delta, we've got 10 points, all from police. We'll advance that to 10. Here in Saigon, we've got 6 points, all from police. Here in Bien Ho, we've got 2 points from police, 3, 4, 5. So we'll advance that to 5. Here in Cameron, we've got 1, 2. So we move this from -4. It was dominated by the VC and whatever negative effect our own forces were having. American forces are negative on the political spectrum. We advance that to +2, so that turns this from recruiting VC to neutral, which is great. On to Quy Nhon, 0. It's at the 0. Quang Ngai, 2. It's at 2. Da Nang, 0. They'll still recruit VC. 1 more point, we would have, if we had a Arvin regiment in there, we'd be neutral. And then Hue and Quang Tri both are 0 and both don't recruit. So that takes care of the political points. Next phase, political cadres and NVAs advance on Saigon. If there was a fallen province, fallen to the VC/NVA, NVA regiments and political cadres then move from that fallen province into Saigon. However, we couldn't be further from that situation right now. We're doing great. Phase 5, U.S. and Arvin forces in the bases replenish. So, again, I work west to east. We have the 1st Brigade of the 1st Cavalry Division fully recovered. This is a line brigade. I've got him here. I didn't send him to the line brigade recovery area because I want him for the Cambodia incursion, but he can't recover in a base area. Line brigades can only recover in the line brigade recovery area. All right, so he won't recover. On to Saigon. No units need to recover. Here in Cameron, the 4th Division 2nd Brigade can't recover because it's a line brigade, but the 1st Brigade of the 1st Division does recover one strength point, so he's down to a 2 damage, so he can take the field next time. You can't take the field if you're depleted. Here in Quy Nhon, we've got a helicopter that recovered. Nothing doing in Quang Ngai. Here in Da Nang, we've got a helicopter recovering, and the headquarters brigade of the 3rd Marine Division recovers. Here, the 1st Brigade of the 9th Infantry recovers. And here we got a helicopter recovering, and the headquarters headquarters regiment, I should say, of the 5th Marine Division. So those are recovered. Now we go to the U.S. line recovery area. Everything that's inside the U.S. line recovery area recovers. So I'm going to take, these all have 1 hit. I have them lined up 1, 2, and 3 hits. I'm going to take the ones out first because they're back. They come back into the game. Once you're in the line recovery area, line brigade recovery area, you can't come back until you're fully recovered, but these are fully recovered. So let's go through them one by one. We've got the 3rd Brigade of the 101st Airborne. So we got to find the 101st Airborne. It goes in the same province as them in the base area. There's 101st Airborne, so it goes into the base area. There's also 101st Airborne, base area. This is one of the independent brigades. That's an optional rule, which I'm playing. They always come back, almost always come back to Cameron. So he comes back to Cameron. Brigade of the 25th Infantry, Tropical Lightning. They're over here in Saigon, so he comes over to the base area of Saigon. And the last one, the Americal, or 23rd Infantry Division, 198th Brigade, fully recovered. Where's the Americal? They're in Bien Ho. All right, so those have recovered. These two, in the U.S. line recovery area, will reduce from 2 hits to 1 hit. So I'll go ahead and do that. The 7th and the 27th. And then lastly, the 28th goes from 3 hits to 2 hits. If we had moved brigades into the recovery area during this, at this point, when we've already done all the recovery inside, those brigades would then move from the arrows in so they can start recovery next turn. All right, that takes care of the U.S. ARVN and bases replenish. 6th phase, ARVN build regiments, except year end, and we are indeed in a year end phase, so we cannot build regiments right now. The next phase, police and VC recruit. Again, we'll go west to east and see if, who's recruiting, if anyone. All right, Mekong. You base your recruitment on the status of the political track, political points track. In Mekong, the police are recruiting, so we add 1 police. In Saigon, the police are recruiting, so we add 1 police. In Bien Ho, the police are recruiting, so we add 1 to the police. In Cameron, no one's recruiting. In Quy Nhon, the VC are recruiting, so we add a VC to Quy Nhon. In Quang Ngai, the VC are recruiting, so we'll add 1 there. In Da Nang, at 0, the VC recruit, so we'll put 1 there. Nobody recruits in Hue, nobody recruits in Quang Tri. Last phase, or second to last phase, NVAs descend on populous areas. NVAs, when they arrive in the game, always arrive in the remote borderlands along the border of Cambodia and Laos. There are none because we destroyed them during our repost of the VC Tet offensive. We took care of the NVAs as well, so there's nothing to take care of there. And the last phase, U.S. reinforcements and withdrawals. Year end, turn 20, we have to withdraw the headquarters brigade of the Big Red 1, the 1st Infantry Division, the one we just did some repair work on. So they come out of the game. They're withdrawn back to presumably the United States. So they're out of the game. We also have to withdraw the headquarters of the 3rd Marine Division. I think we just did some repair on that too. So there he goes. And we have to withdraw 1 helicopter. So I'll take a damaged one. I'll take this damaged one that was damaged in Da Nang that has a hit. I'll take him and withdraw him. All right, that takes care of our withdrawals. Now we go into the year-end phases. First of all, political cadres deploy. We consult which political cadre receive column to use and which placement table column to use, A5 and N. So we use A5 to recruit. We get a 5 on the A5 column. That's 8 political cadres. So we're recruiting 8 political cadres. And now we place them using the N column of the placement table, 4 at a time. We rolled green die 1, red die 4. In the N column, green die 1, red 4 is 9196. 9, province 9, province 1, province 9, province 6. And then we've got 4 more to place. 6, 6. 8753. 8, 7, 5, 3. Okay. NVAs deployed. We're using the B4 received column and the Y placement column. So on B4, I roll a 9. I roll 9. That's 11 NVA regiments recruited by the enemy. All right, let's place them. 3 and 1 on the Y column. green 3, red 1 on the Y. 7541, again, in the remote area. 7, 5, 4, 4, and 1. Next 4, a 6 and a 4 in the Y column. 6 and 4. 5, 8, 1, 4. 5, 8, 1, 4. And now we've got 3 more. A 1, 4 on the Y. 1, 4. 5, 1, 5, 7. 5, 1, 5, and we don't place anything in 7 because we've run out. Now, I'm using the optional rule to have the independent brigades for more historical flavor. When you use the optional rule, at the end of every NVA deploy phase, the NVA get 2 freebies, which you just simply roll 2 die and they go in those province numbers. So I rolled a 2 and a 1. Ooh, that was bad luck. 2 and a 1. Wow, the NVA are super strong in Saigon, where I want to get that political cadre during my Cambodia incursion. All right, we'll see. Special Forces missions. This is where I can take out some VC. Now, I'm pretty confident. I'm going to go after the VC in Cambodia with my Cambodia incursion, the political cadres, I should say. Go for them in my Cambodia incursion. So I'm going to go after these guys in off Laos that I can't get to. Like, we got 2 in Quang Tri. I'm going after them. Ooh, a 2. Perfect roll. 2. If there's all there needs to be is 1 or more political cadres, and you get 1. So I got 1. That's one of my missions. I get 3 altogether. My next one, I'll go same area. A 5, 3 or more. And one more time in the same area. A 6. 6 is 4 or more. So at least I got 1. I'm okay with that. It's not bad. Tet offensive. That's if all of the political cadres have deployed. That obviously is not going to happen. And now place anti-aircraft. The way anti-aircraft is placed is every province that has a political cadre should have inverted anti-aircraft counters equal to the number of political cadres there. So again, we'll go west to east. Here in Saigon, they get 1. I don't know what it is. Here in Bien Ho, they get 1. 1 in Quy Nhon. All right, to this guy. 1 in Quang Ngai. Probably pronouncing that poorly. 1 in Da Nang. 1 in Hue, and 1 in Quang Tri. 1 in Hue, 1 in Quang Tri. All right, those are going to go after my Hueys. And that finishes the year-end phases. We go into the first turn of 1970. As you can see, there's a game event. You may not be able to read it. I don't know. Cambodia incursion, and a reference to the game event section of the rules that deals with it. So we've got a Cambodia incursion. What that means is any U.S. and ARVN units that end up in a remote borderland bordering Cambodia, so not bordering Laos, and you might be able to see it here. This area, Quang Ngai, is specifically listed as bordering Laos because it borders both. This borders both. There's Laos, there's Cambodia. But for game purposes, it's considered to border Laos. So we've got these 5 provinces that border Cambodia. Anybody who ends up in there is considered to have incurred into Cambodia and does some damage to the political cadre. So let's see what we got here. The way it works, I've got to wipe out whatever NVA are there, and whatever hits are in excess of what's required to wipe out the NVA will apply to political cadres there. So here there's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 hits to destroy the NVA. I'd need to get 9 hits to get him. To get 9 hits, I've got to have at least 28, and even there I'd have to roll a 6. If I got 36, I'd have a 50-50 shot. I don't know if I can get 36. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's going to be pretty hard. So, I don't know. This guy will be easy to get. All I need is 1 hit to get him because there's no NVA. And don't have to worry about these guys because there's no VC there. Here again, same problem. To get to that guy, I need 8 hits. So I'm afraid my Cambodian incursion may be a bit of a disappointment. But I'm gonna go at this guy. All right. 3, 6, 9. These brigades can go over one province without, it's a free move. Anything beyond that costs hit the strength. So they'll go there too. That's 18 we've got there so far. That's 22. 22, if I could get 14 more there, I could possibly do some damage. Oh, this is expensive. All right, I'm going to try to get 20. I'll just get 28 there. I can't afford to get all 36 there. 28 gives me a very slim chance, but some chance of getting it. So 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I need 6 more points. So we'll fly in the 1st Brigade of the 1st Cav. That cost me a helicopter point. And we'll fly in the 2nd Brigade of the 1st Cav. That cost me a helicopter, an air mobile movement point. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 24, 25, 26, 27. Gives me 28. If I roll a 6, I'll get this guy. Now, all I need to get him to guarantee 1 hit is 3 points. All I have to do is send a brigade up into Anlock. There, the remote borderlands. He's going to go into Cambodia. That'll take care of him. So I've got him. I'm going to move this helicopter back to the base area to recover. There's nothing to fight anyway. And I'm going to move these 3 Arvin into Cameron, because that will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 political points, which will mean I'll start producing police here in Cameron, which is awesome. Now, I've got a lot of American forces that can deal with the NVA. I'm trying to think what I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ensure I destroy him, so I don't have to think about them anymore. They've got 4 strength points. It'll take me 9 combat points to guarantee I destroy 4 strength points. So I'm going to bring in 9 right in there. 3, 6. I'll bring a brigade from the 101st Airborne. There's 9 right there. So that'll take care of those. Here, I'll bring him back to recover this helicopter. I'll bring another helicopter out to get him. I don't have the forces to destroy these NVA and still get that political cadre. But I do want to do some damage to these guys. So I'm going to go in. We'll see how smart this is. I'm going to go in. I'll move him over the 1, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. I'll move this brigade of the Marines over, 12, 13, 14, and I need 1 more helicopter. How about this guy? I'll move a helicopter in there. So that gives me 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. They'll do some damage. They'll damage me too. That'll be a costly little campaign, but we'll do it. Here, I'm just going to move a helicopter in and leave him to fight the VC. Here, I'll let these helicopters fight the lone VC. I'm going to send these 2 brigades. This actually the 26th Regiment of the 5th Marine Division and the 1st Brigade of the 9th Infantry Division into the Upper Ashaw Valley to fight a regiment of the 304th NVA Division. So we'll clean out some of those. I'm actually going to put helicopters here to draw out this anti-aircraft and get it over with. I want that gone because I'm going to be fighting VC in here because these political cadre will start recruiting it. All right. Next turn, I'm going to get this guy before he gets into the populous area of the Mekong Delta. All right. I think that finishes our movement. Let's go on to combat. Yes, that does finish our movement. Let's go on to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this guy, I need some Marines to recover. So I'm going to put the 5th Regiment of the 1st Marine Division. I'm going to put him into the brigade recovery area. I've still got helicopter movement. I got 2 here, and instead of using this guy to draw out, I'm going to move him over here, and that'll give us enough to take care of that VC. All right, Now we're ready, I think. Combat. No combat in Mekong. Combat in Saigon. When you're doing the Cambodian incursion, you have to take care of the remote borderlands before you take care of the populous area. So we have to do this combat first. I usually do anyway, but anyway, it's as we discussed earlier, we've got 28. If we get a 6, we'll get him too. And the NVA have 3, 6, 9, 12. So they're on the 10 column. We're on the 28 column. Yeah, we got a 3. They got a 1. They got a 1, which is 4 hits to us. So the line brigades always take hits first. To the extent, you know, you take the strongest units, they take hits first. In the event of a tie, line brigades first. So we've got a bunch of undamaged units here. So we've got, what did I say, 10, 4. We got 4 hits to take. 1 against a line brigade, 2 against a line brigade, 3 against a line brigade. Right? That takes care of all the line brigades. This one already had hits, so he doesn't have to take more. And then the next one goes against any one of my headquarters brigades. So I'll take it against the 25th here. And that takes care of my 4 hits. I got a 3 on the 28 column, which is 7 hits. So 2, 4, 6, 7. As you know, in the loss of NVA, every NVA unit has to have 1 hit on it before you can give 1, 2, and remove them. So if I had 4 hits, all 4 of these would still be in, each with 1 hit. I got 7 hits, so all 4 get a hit, and then 3 get a second hit. So it takes out these 3. So obviously I did considerable damage to the NVA, but I didn't get that VC. Now we go to the political cadres lost in combat. 7, that won't take him out. On to the next province. The 2nd Brigade of the 4th Infantry Division is considered to have gone into Cambodia. That's a combat factor of 3. I'll roll dice anyway. A 2 equals 1 hit, which means there's no NVA to eat up my hits. My hit goes right against that political cadre during the incursion into Cambodia, so he's removed. So then we go to the province itself. No combat there. On to the next province. We've got 9 against 6. So the NVA will roll in the 6 column. We'll roll in the 9 column. We rolled a 1, they rolled a 3. So a 6, a 3 is 3 hits. So each of my guys takes a hit. The line brigades first, then the headquarters brigade. And I rolled a 1 with 9 combat factor points, and that's 4 hits, which is enough for to take him out. So that takes care of those NVA. No combat here. There's no political cadres. There's no VC. There's no nothing. On to the next province. This one I'm taking a little bit of a chance. I got 15 combat points, 15 combat factor points, and they've got 12, which is on the 10 column. We're on the 15 column. They're on the 10 column. All right, finally, I rolled a 6 and they rolled a 1. That's awesome. On the 10 column, a 1 is 4, so they got me with 4 hits. Let's see, I've got a line brigade here. He gets the first, and then after he gets a hit, I got to take hits against the strongest. I got 1, 2, 3 units here with 3 strength points, and then these are 2 and 2, so these have to take the hits. And I've got 3 more hits to take, and I've got 3 headquarters brigades, so they all take a hit. 1, 2, 3. Meantime, with 15, combat factor of 15, we got a 6, which is 7 hits. Exact same situation as there. 2, 4, 6, 7. So that was actually a great result. That was a great result. I didn't deserve that good a result, but I'll take it. All right, on to the province itself. Before we conclude combat, we have to check and see if we've got anti-aircraft here that will damage my helicopters. And indeed, we do. So the anti-aircraft gets a hit on my helicopter, and then he's removed, reinverted, and put out here to be possibly drawn next turn. Now, we go to regular combat. We've got 3. The VC have 1. They roll a 5. We have a 4. We each get a hit. So that VC's out. And now let's go to the political cadres lost in combat table. A 5. Nope. With only 1 there, we need a 2 to get it. So the odds are very slim with 2 dice. On to the next province. Again, we've got potential anti-aircraft here. Again, we've got a 60% chance it's going to be anti-aircraft. A 60% is going to be no anti-aircraft. Let me find a no anti-aircraft to show you what it looks like. There we go. That's what it would look like if it was no anti-aircraft. But no such luck. We got an anti-aircraft that takes a hit on one of my helicopters. This goes back over here inverted. And now, again, 3-1. We rolled a 1, they rolled a 2. A 2 does not get a hit for 1 combat factors, but a 1 for 3 does get a hit. So we got him. He didn't give us any more hits. And let's see if we roll a 2 to take him out. The luckiest roll in history, and it's not. All right, on to the next one. No combat here. We've got nobody fighting this this regiment of the 7th NVA Division up here in the remote borderlands of the lower A Shah Valley. But we do have helicopters fighting against this Viet Cong. Again, we've got a potential anti-aircraft, and again, we get a hit. So take a hit, remove him. Now it's 3-1. And they rolled a 1, and we rolled a 3. The VC rolled a 1, we rolled a 3, so they did not get a hit with a 1 on the 1 column. And we did get a hit. So that removes them, and now we need a 2 to remove him. 7 won't do it. On to the next province. 6-3. They rolled a 1. Does that even get a hit in the 3 column? Yeah, the 3 in the 3 combat point column, combat factor column, they do get a hit with a 1, so they got 1 hit. We'll take it against this Marine, the 26th Marine Regiment of the 5th Marine Division. And we rolled a 2 with 6, which is 3 hits. We only needed 2 to wipe them out, so we took care of this regiment of the 304th NVA Division. Onto the province itself, onto the populous area of Hue. We need a 2 to take out that political cadre. We did not get it. Last combat is Quang Tri. Here we're just fishing to get rid of this anti-aircraft. And once again, we got 4 hits out of 4. That's not the greatest luck ever. All right, so that nonetheless that removes him, so he's not there next time. And we get a roll. We need a 2 to take him out. A 7 won't do it. That finishes combat. So now you see how the Cambodian incursion is incredibly important for your game strategy. It's your chance. It's one of your few chances to decisively wipe out the political cadres of your own volition. And during the Tet Offensive, the VC do you a favor and do it for themselves. But during the Cambodian incursion, you can go ahead and do it, as well as during the Laotian incursion a year later, if the ARVN are strong enough. But in any case, we just finished combat. Now into political points. Mekong, we've got 12. Of course, the political track caps out at 10, but that's okay. We really do have 12. Saigon, we've got 8 political points for the police, minus 2 for the political cadre that we were unable to destroy. So that's 6, and it's at 6, so it doesn't move. In Bien Ho, no political cadres or ARVN regiments or anything else. +4 for police, so we are +4, which will keep us in the recruiting police part of the spectrum, which is all we care about. Here's the great news, Cameron. We have now increased our political points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no police, no VC, no nothing. Only 5 regiments of ARVN, which gets us to the +5, which means we'll be recruiting police during the recruitment phase of this turn. So we'll put this police counter here pointing at 0, because right now it's at 0. But we're going to be recruiting, which is how you ultimately win the game. Friends, you don't win it by slaughtering VC with gigantic formations of U.S. forces. You win it by making South Vietnam strong enough to resist the Viet Cong and the NVA. On to Quy Nhon, -2. The helicopters don't do anything in terms of political points. That's why they're great. But we do have -2, so we stay at -2. Quang Ngai, again, -2. We'll stay at -2. Da Nang, -2. This goes down to -2. It was 0 before. This is the ones I don't like. Hue, -2, so we went from neutral to now the VC are recruiting. And Quang Tri, -2. We went from neutral to now the VC will be recruiting. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Political points, we finished that. Again, phase 4, like we did last turn, political cadres and NVAs advance on Saigon. If there was a fallen province, nothing could be further from the truth, so we're not worried about that. Phase 5, U.S. and ARVN in bases replenish. Well, we put most of our forces out there. We do have a helicopter in Cam Ranh to replenish. We have a helicopter in Quy Nhon to replenish. Nothing else. And then in the recovery area, we've got these two units, which will recover from 1 hit to 0. So a line brigade, again, the game always refers to them as brigades. If you're a Marine out there, I understand that you guys use regiments, so we get it. But anyway, the game just calls them all brigades. A line brigade of the 5th Marine Division. So where is that headquarters of the 5th Marine Division? He's over in the remote borderlands of Hue in the Upper A Shau Valley. So this guy has to go into the base area of Hue. So that's where he goes. And then the 7th Brigade, Regiment of the 1st Marine Division. He comes back. Where's that 1st Marine Division? He's all the way down here in Quy Nhon, helping out against that major attack against the NVA. So the line brigade comes in to the base area of Quy Nhon. This guy inside the line recovery area goes from two hits to strength to 1. So I'll get the 1 counter out and put him in here. And then, now that we're all done with the line brigade recovery area, this one that just moved in this turn comes down so that he can start recovering next turn. All right, that finishes U.S. ARVN and bases replenished. ARVN build regiments. All right, we are going to build some ARVN regiments. It takes 4 police points. You have to consume 4 police points to build a regiment. In Mekong, we're at 12. We're at 12 political points, which is 6 police points. If we reduce the 6 to 2, that gets us still to +4. So we'll still be recruiting police, but by consuming those, we're able to recruit a regiment, which is again how you win this game ultimately. So the regiment comes in depleted, so we put them in the base area of Mekong, depleted. I'm not going to recruit in Saigon. First of all, I can't. I haven't reached the barber pole. I haven't reached that. You got to have at least 5 police factors, and I've only got 4, so he can't recruit anyway. And the same is true in Bien Ho. But I did get 1 additional regiment here, which is a step in the right direction. Phase 7, police and VC recruit. Let's go province by province. Here in Mekong, we're in the police zone, right? We're at the spectrum, part of the spectrum for the political points where I'm recruiting police. I'll move him up. I recruit 1 police. Same thing here. Police 1, recruit 1 in Saigon. Gets me up to where next turn I'll be able to recruit a regiment. If I wish. And then Bien Ho, we're in the police zone of the political spectrum, so we'll move him from 2 to 3. And here, kind of exciting, we're recruiting our first police in Cam Ranh. They're happily taking to the streets to fend off terrorists everywhere. So 1 factor of police +2 on the political points. That's great. On to Quy Nhon. Here we're in the VC recruitment area, so the VC recruit 1. Same thing here in Quang Ngai. We're in the VC part of the political spectrum, so the VC recruit 1. Da Nang, the VC part of the political spectrum, so they recruit. Hue, VC portion. Quang Tri, sad day, police, the VC portion. So we're starting to dominate in the south part of this country, and the VC are still strong in the north. We'll have to take care of that. Please. Okay, NVAs descend on populous areas. Well, we did a good job on the NVA, but there is still 4 regiments that could descend to the populous areas. So let's go one by one. Again, I work west to east. So this regiment over here in the remote borderlands of Mekong Delta, with 1 regiment, he'll only move into the populous area on a roll of 2, 3, or 4. And didn't we get a 4? Oh, boy. So next turn, I'm going to have to go get that guy. That means putting negative political points into Mekong, which I always hate doing. But we should be able to keep ourselves. We should be able to destroy him and keep ourselves in the positive area, I think. We'll definitely do that. If we have to use just helicopters, we'll do it. But we got to get rid of that guy, or he'll kill police. So, and you don't want NVA killing police. All right, next one. Again, same thing. 2, 3, or 4, and he moves into populous area. 6, so he stays put. 2, 3, or 4. 9, and then 2, 3, or 4. 11. So the only one that moved down was the one we least wanted to move down. Not the way it always works. Last phase, U.S. reinforcements and withdrawals. Go to the calendar to see if anything's coming in or going. And all we have to do this turn is withdraw 1 helicopter. Next turn, the withdrawals begin in seriousness. But here we're only withdrawing 1 helicopter, so we'll take a damaged one. We have 2 damaged helicopters here, so we'll remove 1 of them and take him out of the game. And that, my friends, finishes turn 21, winter spring 1970. We've completed the Cambodia incursion. I think we're in pretty good shape. We're producing police in 4 provinces, which means we'll be producing regiments in 4 provinces, barring something bad happening. That's always good. So, thank you for joining me.